If your nib's too slow and your ink won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to help you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Hello, my friends. Larry here. And today I'm going to show an ink. One of my favorite inks by Robert Oster. It's a special anniversary ink for Frank at Federalist Pens. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And he just got a Minifact. So, Frankly Fifth. It's what it's called. So I've been dying to get into this ink. I'm going to do a little test on paper with my Q-tip, then I'll ink up a pen, and then we'll do some writing. We'll just have some fun with this ink. But here it is, right here. And here is the name of it. If you're interested in this ink, this is the man to get it from, right here. He's the only man to get it from, because that's only him. He's a one-man team. That's it. So, remember that name, because big things are going to be happening soon. That's a hint so far. So let's go ahead and see how this ink is going to taste on paper. Here we go. That really is a pretty color purple, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yes.
That's what it looks like to us. So now what I want to do next, I am going to ink it up with my Karas Custom. My very first one I got when they came out with this, with the titanium nib to die for. Love the titanium nib. It just blew me away. Now if I don't drop it. Very dangerous. Don't try this at home by yourself. Make sure you have your parents with you.
Or if you get a friend to hold the bottle, make sure you don't dump the ink on him.
Yeah, like somebody did by accident. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to show that as an outtake.
I thought you got rid of that. It was interesting. At least I didn't get it. Well, I didn't know it was going to squirt out everywhere the way it did. Alrighty. Moving along here. Love the pen. Okay, so let me get that ink off there. So, and we'll give you a little look-see. So there it is. The Frankly
Fifth.
Frankly Fifth. Don't forget that name. Frankly Fifth. What did I say, Mr. Announcer?
You tend to go Franklin.
No, what did I say? What was the name of the ink?
Frankly Fifth.
Frankly Fifth. I didn't say Franklin. Frankly.
Yes.
Frankly.
By Robert Oster.
Fifth.
Very good.
Thank you. Okay. I just had an attack. Okay, here we go. Isn't that nice?
Oh, yes.
Isn't that beautiful? That's what it looks like. It writes really nice. It just sails across the paper. Not really. Okay, here we go. Very nice ink. Very nice. Very nice nib. And later I'll do an update review on this pen right here. But that's what the ink looks like. Frank Lee Fifth. And you can get the ink right here at Federalist Pens and Paper. And Frank is the gentleman that you shall talk to him if you call him at this phone number right here. What is that? 1-866-746-4900. I think upside down here, right? Okay. And there's his website.
And check out our description box for a discount.
Yes. And what's a discount? He has so many of them.
I believe it's 10% on this one.
Yeah, and you can even use Larry, I think.
Yes.
But you don't have to use Larry. You can use. He has a whole bunch of them. You can't miss the discounts. Frank has them all over the place, right? So, if you're really an ink lover, I'm telling you, this ink is to die for. Beautiful shade. I think they call it what, a bluish purple. Because after it starts settling, to me it looks purple.
Yeah, it's a real dark purple, almost into that indigo range.
So, but some probably could say it's a blue purple or something, but that's what it looks like. Beautiful ink though. Really is a gorgeous ink. Yep, I'm really digging it. Really a nice, beautiful ink. And again, here's a plug for you, Frank. Bam! Right here. Okay. So, I'll be reviewing a very special nib in a few days. I've been using this nib for, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days now. It's a Bock nib, but it's a special Bock nib. It's an Architect nib, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the nib grinder, I believe they call Greg, I think is his name. He's the one that does the nibs. And you can pick up these nibs that I will be reviewing soon, very soon, over at Federalist Pens. They carry these nibs. Now, I'm going to be honest with you about this nib. These nibs aren't for everybody. I'm going to be honest with you, just throw it right up front. But if you're familiar with Architect nibs, or if you want to get to know Architect nibs, then you might want to check out Federalist Pens. Like I say, he has those pens right now in stock. So, when I first put the pen to paper, I was like, okay, I wasn't, like, I didn't get pumped, right? So then I was on, I think, a Tomoe River paper, and of course the nib writes well. It just didn't do anything for me. And then I tried it on a different paper, then it started to get better. But I still wasn't at that point where I got that wow factor from a nib. So that next morning, I was doing some letters, and I was using this nib. And this nib was to die for. It just, all of a sudden, it grabbed me. I was just surprised how great this nib was. Nice and wet. And I will be explaining about an Architect nib, what they do. They're a bit different than the stub nib, okay? Different line variations. So I don't give it all away now. I want to actually show you what it does. So people may say, well, what good is an Architect nib for? Just for drawing? That's not always true, but that is true. It's good for drawing, doodling, writing letters, notes. It's good for everything. But you have to understand the nib. But they really are a cool nib to have. So, you can play around with the nibs, an Architect nib versus the stub nib if you have that. You just have a lot of fun, while you're at home. Great for calligraphy. Excuse me, great for calligraphy. They're better when you do a print because you can see that line variation much better. But I'll show you more when I do a review on that pen. On that nib. And if you're interested in Architect nibs, Federalist Pen carries those in stock right now. And the nib grinder, I'm sure you know that person, does those nibs. And he's well thought of. The guy is just really good on these Architect nibs, and they're very tricky to do. Okay, so that's going to do it for today, folks. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you like this cool ink that it's brand new for Frankly Fifth on, I believe it's an anniversary ink that it has. Yeah, his 5th anniversary. In fact, this is his 5th anniversary ink that Robert Lister comes out with every year. And the ink is great ink. The color is really superb. If you're interested in it, check out Federalist Pens and go from there. Well, that's going to do me for today. Until my next video, because I got to go take care of Cubby now. Take care. God bless. Wash those hands. Be safe out there, my friends. Peace and love to all. And as always, don't text and drive. Bye-bye.